Ever feel like you're running in circles and getting nowhere? You might be stuck, but don't worry. I've been there, I uncovered the keys, and I want to share them with you so that you can have abundance like I discovered. So let's dig in and talk about being stuck. So what does stuck look like? Now, for some of us, it could be really big. For me, it encompassed every aspect of my life. I just couldn't move forward. I had done all this growth work, but yet I still kept hitting this wall. But for others, it could be really subtle, and it might just be in one aspect of your life that you're stuck. For instance, it might be at work. You might want to be increasing your sales performance, but whatever you're doing isn't getting you there. Or it might just be personal growth. It's not happening no matter what you seem to do. So it might look like some other things. You may see it in repeating patterns. I think this is an easy one to identify often in relationships because we want change, right? But we keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we can't just understand why our relationship isn't getting better, yet we're not changing how we show up in that relationship. Another way is by feeling disconnected. Now, this is that whole hamster on a wheel. You're just in the routine, you get up, you do this, you do that, and you really don't engage. You aren't connected to your life. There's nothing being done intentionally. You're just there, moving through the motions. A third one is procrastination or avoidance. Now, for some people, again, it could be, oh, I'm waiting for this right moment. I know I do that when it comes to writing, but it also can be just total avoidance because, hey, Netflix has some really good stuff to binge on. And that's just, more important right now than doing whatever task you need to accomplish. What are some signs, though, that you really are stuck? So here's 5 of them. One of them is constant frustration. This means that feeling that you are overwhelmed nonstop. It's like the littlest things stress you out and you can't seem to catch your breath. You're drowning and it's just too much. Another one is lack of motivation. Now, I see this one come up a lot, and I hate to say it, it really does, for me, where I notice it most, tends to be middle age, because we've come to this place where all these things are changing and we're now having to find purpose again. And so there's just this lack of motivation because we don't know where to go. And so this is really where there's this roadblock and you need to move it because otherwise that motivation and purpose is not going to come. A third one, and this is one that I feel like a lot of people don't realize, and that is repetitive negative self-talk. This one is so powerful. And it's really easy when you're doing it not to see it. So sometimes having a mirror to reflect this back at you can be helpful. But it sounds like things that go, I can't do this, or, well, it is what it is, or things have always been this way, they're going to stay this way. Maybe you want to try something new, or maybe it's a new venture you want to do, but at the same time, you're just like, what's the point? I'm going to fail at it. I'm not going to be any good at it. Here's the deal. Negative talk manifests more negative beliefs. So cut it out because it's like a cancer and it is going to just totally take over how you think and see the world. Number 4, a feeling of lost. The best one I can say about this is a lack of clarity. It is so easy to identify for me with this is the issue popping up because you can't forward think. You really struggle to think beyond the now. Maybe you get 3 months, but definitely like a year down the road seems forever. And making a vision, like even a vision board can be challenging. Setting goals is challenging. Or if you set them, creating the strategy to accomplish them, it doesn't get done. So the last one is one that can be really hard. And that is external validation codependency. Because I think this one is just like so built into us culturally. And this is where we have ideas or we have concepts that we want to take forward, but we don't take action because we need someone else to validate it. Maybe it's, I want to try this new project, or I want to go do something, but I need to make sure that somebody else tells me I'm good enough, or I look right, or somebody's gonna like me. It's all codependent on everybody out there and not from within, which means this is a self-worth issue. And it's gonna take some work because we're just so used to looking for others to give us our worth so that we can take action. So why is it important that we acknowledge we're stuck? Well, if you want to get unstuck, you gotta see that you're the problem. Yeah, I said that. And that's a hard thing for all of us to take in, right? Because we don't want to believe we're the problem. And our egos don't want us to believe we're the problem. But the reality is we are, even when it doesn't even look like it. So how do we get moving forward? First, it starts with some real radical self-reflection. This means digging in deep. Maybe it's in conversations with others, journaling, meditation, whatever you do to connect with you, start doing it. And start digging deep to ask yourself, what's going on? The second step is to identify those limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Because the reality is, whether you realize it or not, your thoughts are your enemies. And it's got all of these ideas that keep you seeing the world in a certain way, and that's what's got you stuck. Last, ask for support. I truly do not know of a situation where someone has been stuck and they have not had to turn outside of themselves for support to move the needle. Whether it is talking to a family member, friends, coworkers, maybe it's having a mentor or getting a coach. The reality is we can't see a lot of what's holding us back. And having someone to be that mirror to offer support as we go through these changes is priceless. So if you're feeling stuck, drop a comment and let us know, and maybe put in there a little bit about something you could commit to today to start moving the needle and get you unstuck. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe so that you can learn more about how to get unstuck and live your best life. And if you're ready to take control, but you just don't know how and you want some support, please check out my coaching below.